You can't get any lower than this. My prayers go out to the DC victims in the plane crash that happened last night. But you got a congressperson, of course, from the GOP, who made suggestions that possibly the issue was DEI. Now, I want to explain this very carefully. This is not politics, because I've heard some of my blue influencers say this is no time for politics. This is not politics. This is fucking racism. Because DEI, let me tell you how arrogant motherfuckers gotta be to talk about DEI right now and always. DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, is an assumption by racist whites, not all whites, but by racist whites, that the only reason a black or brown person got a job is because they got chosen instead of earning it through merit. Motherfucker, black people gotta fly in a walking fucking world. So anything that was earned was earned. Be very clear. DEI was designed so people could be able to get opportunities despite their color. Ironically, because there were things that the most qualified people can't get. Black women, professional black women, have a saying that they've said for decades, and most of you white people have never ever heard of this. And what they say is, may you have the confidence of a mediocre white man. What do they mean by that? You don't know what that means. Let me break it down to you. There are many women right now who have jobs. They have education, master's degrees, where their boss is a white man with maybe a bachelor's if you're lucky, and he's been moved up left and right, but they are super overqualified and they have hardly moved anywhere, and they have ceilings. And the only reason maybe they're in the job is DEI, because the diversity, equity, and inclusion allowed them to get in a job that they were overqualified for. But racist white people say, well, it has to be that they were chosen. They couldn't be better than me. They had to be chosen. Because we're the better people, they had to be chosen. That little white lady who's the press secretary. You know, our White House press secretary is 27 years old, married to a 60-year-old man older than me. We probably share the same medication. And she got out in that press secretary, in that press conference, and said, we're going to stop DEI and wokeness. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Your ass is standing on that fucking stand because of DEI and wokeness. Too many people are sitting here blaming stupid shit. Just like in New Orleans, when that man drove through those people. And then they blamed it on the FBI's DEI because it was a black woman head the FBI in New Orleans. This is bullshit. There are qualified people that are not white motherfuckers. And stop blaming stupid shit. Oh, you quick to say DEI for a DC plane crash. But what about the fact that Donald Trump, and this is not responsible for this, but don't you think it's interesting that Donald Trump canceled all of those people's funding for better plane safety and for air traffic controllers? And they did a report on it saying this is going to be disastrous. I wonder if he'll return the funding then. That's not responsible for the crash, but I think it's really interesting that you have that. And Donald Trump is trying to blame every stupid thing in the world on that crash other than what really happened. My prayers go out to all the families in that crash. But for you to blame diversity, equity, inclusion, for you to sit here and act like, oh, Donald Trump's not canceling all of the funding for things that make planes safe is bullshit. It's bullshit. Follow me for more. Link in my bio. I got other social medias in case TikTok's gone. I'm Darren Monroe. And I got to tell you, got problems with this. Really, big problems. Enough of this bullshit.